There are features sitting in your Honda right now, fully functional, completely built-in, ready to use, that you have never touched. Not because they are hidden in some secret menu or require a special tool to access, but because Honda does not make it a priority to walk you through your car at delivery. The manual is 400 pages of small print that nobody reads, and the dealers have already moved on to their next sale by the time you are pulling out of the lot. Today I am going through 8 of the most genuinely useful hidden features across Honda's lineup. The Civic, Accord, CR-V, Pilot, HR-V, and Odyssey. These are not gimmicks or novelty tricks. These are features that improve your safety, save you money, and make your Honda significantly more useful on a daily basis. Every single one of them is completely free. They are already in your car, already paid for. You just have not been using them. Welcome to HondaRealm. Subscribe and hit the bell. New video every week covering what Honda owners need to know. Let's get into it. Feature number 1. The one-touch all-window trick using just your key fob. On most 2016 and newer Honda models, your key fob can control all 4 windows simultaneously from outside the car without even opening the door. Here is how it works. Walk toward your parked Honda. Hold the unlock button down for 3 full seconds. Not a quick press, a 3-second hold. All 4 windows will drop open at the same time. This is particularly useful on hot days. If your Honda has been sitting in a parking lot in summer heat, the interior can reach 130 degrees or more. By rolling all 4 windows down before you get in, you allow that trapped hot air to escape so that when you start the AC, it has a fighting chance of cooling the cabin quickly rather than spending 5 minutes fighting a completely heat-soaked interior. To close all 4 windows simultaneously from outside the car, hold the lock button for 3 seconds. The windows will rise back up completely. This feature is most commonly found on EX trim and above on 2016 and newer models. Some model years may require a specific button sequence to activate it initially. But as a way to pre-ventilate a hot car on a summer day, this is one of the most practical things your key fob can do. Most Honda owners have driven their car for its entire life without ever knowing this existed. Try it today the next time you walk toward your car in a parking lot. Feature number 2. The automatic high beam system inside Honda Sensing. If your Honda was built after 2016 and came with Honda Sensing, which covers most EX, EXL, Sport, and higher trims, your car has a forward-facing camera system that is capable of controlling your high beams automatically. When enabled, this system monitors the road ahead for the headlights of oncoming vehicles and the tail lights of vehicles in front of you. When the road is clear, it automatically switches to high beams for maximum visibility. When it detects another vehicle, it drops back to low beams to avoid blinding other drivers. When that vehicle passes, or you are no longer close behind another car, it returns to high beams automatically, all without you touching anything. This is a genuine safety feature. High beams dramatically increase visibility on unlit roads, but most drivers forget to use them, do not think about them, or feel awkward manually switching back and forth in traffic. The automatic system solves all of that. Here is the critical problem. On most Hondas, this feature is completely disabled by default from the factory. The dealer setup technician almost never enables it before you drive off the lot. To turn it on, go to your settings menu on the infotainment touchscreen. Look for Driver Assistance or Honda Sensing settings. Find the option labeled Auto High Beams or High Beam Support. Enable it. Your nighttime driving visibility will improve immediately, and you will find yourself using your high beams more often and more safely than you ever did when you had to manage them manually every few seconds. Feature number 3. Walkaway Auto Lock on CR-V, Pilot, Accord, and other Honda models equipped with passive entry. the system that lets the car sense your key in your pocket without you pressing any buttons. If your Honda has passive entry, it can be configured to lock itself automatically when you walk away from it. You get out of the car, you walk toward your house or your office or a store, and after you have moved about 5 feet away, the car locks itself and confirms it with a brief honk or a flash of the mirrors. No fumbling for the key fob with groceries in your hands. No standing at the door wondering if you locked it. No getting upstairs to your apartment and having to walk back down to check. No more panic in a parking lot. To enable it, go to your infotainment system, find Settings, then Vehicle Settings or Door and Window Settings. Look for Auto Door Lock or Walkaway Auto Lock. The setting you want is something like lock when walking away or with speed pulse and timer. Enable it and save the setting. Once it is active, the car locks itself every time you step away from it. For anyone who has ever had that moment of anxiety in a parking lot wondering whether they locked the car, this feature eliminates that forever. It takes about 60 seconds to enable, and you will wonder how you lived without it. Feature number 4. The rear seat reminder system, and this is one I consider genuinely important from a safety standpoint. On 2019 and newer Honda models, Honda built in a system specifically designed to prevent children and pets from being accidentally left in a parked car. The system works like this. If the rear door was opened at any point during your drive, indicating that something or someone may have been placed in the back seat, the system alerts you when you park and turn off the engine to check the rear seat before walking away. Children die in hot cars every single year because a caregiver was distracted or followed a broken routine, and a simple reminder can interrupt that chain of events. Here is the critical issue. This feature is disabled by default on many Honda trim levels. Honda built a potentially life-saving feature into your car and then turned it off before selling it to you. Enabling it takes less than 1 minute. Go to your infotainment settings, find Vehicle Settings, and look for Rear Seat Reminder. Enable it. If you have children, if you ever transport children, or if you ever put a pet or anything valuable in your back seat, enable this right now, today, before you finish this video. There is no reason this should be off. Feature 5 is one that I get the most messages about from Accord owners specifically. It involves your windshield, something you probably thought was just glass, and a 10-minute maintenance step that most Accord owners have never done. One that makes a real, noticeable difference in how quiet your car is at highway speeds. Let me explain exactly what is going on. Feature number 5, the acoustic laminated windshield and the door seal maintenance secret that most Accord owners have no idea about. If you own a Honda Accord in EX trim or above, your front windshield is not standard glass. It is acoustic laminated glass, a windshield construction that uses a thin polymer interlayer between 2 layers of glass that absorbs sound vibration before it can enter the cabin. This is the same technology used in luxury vehicles costing 2 and 3 times the price of an Accord. Honda includes it specifically to give the Accord a noticeably quieter highway driving experience compared to similarly priced competitors. Most Accord owners never realize this about their windshield. They just notice the car is relatively quiet at highway speeds and assume that is normal for Honda. Here is the part almost no one is doing. The acoustic benefit of the windshield is only as good as the rest of your cabin sealing. If your door seals, the rubber gaskets around all 4 doors that compress when you close the door are dried out, cracked, hardened, or caked with grit. Road noise and wind noise enter the cabin through the door gaps and bypass the acoustic windshield completely. Door seals are a maintenance item that most Honda owners never touch for the entire life of their car. Keeping them clean and conditioned is extremely simple. Every 6 months, wipe down all 4 door seals with a damp cloth to remove embedded grit and dirt. Then apply a thin coat of silicone-based rubber conditioner, a $6 product at any auto parts store, to keep the rubber pliable and sealing properly. 10 minutes, twice a year. The improvement in cabin quietness on the highway, especially at 65 to 75 miles per hour, is something you will notice immediately after the first time you do it. Feature number 6. The truth about Honda's Econ mode that nobody explains clearly. Econ mode is a button on your dashboard. It may have a leaf icon or just say Econ, and pressing it simultaneously adjusts 3 things. It reduces throttle sensitivity, so the engine responds more gently to pedal input. It modifies the transmission shift points to favor lower RPM operation, and it dials back the air conditioning compressor's aggressiveness to reduce the power draw on the engine. In the right conditions, this combination genuinely improves fuel economy. Honda's own testing shows real-world gains of 1 to 3 miles per gallon during highway cruising with consistent speed. However, and this is the part most owners never hear, in stop-and-go city traffic, Econ mode can actually make your fuel economy worse. Here is why. When you are accelerating from a full stop at a city intersection with Econ mode active, the restricted throttle response means your engine has to work harder and longer to get the car up to speed than it would with normal throttle mapping. You are not saving fuel. You are burning it less efficiently. The AC reduction also creates a problem in urban driving. The cabin heats up faster between AC cycles, which forces the compressor to run harder in bursts to recover the lost cooling rather than maintaining a steady, efficient state. The correct way to use Econ mode: turn it on when you are at highway speeds in stable cruise conditions. Turn it off when you are in city traffic with regular stops. This one simple adjustment to how you use a feature that is already in your car can measurably improve your real-world fuel economy without sacrificing the driving experience. Feature number 7. The Honda Trip Computer used intelligently. Most Honda owners either ignore it entirely or use it in a way that gives them almost no useful information. Your Honda has 2 independent trip meters, Trip A and Trip B, that track and reset independently. Most owners reset both at the same time and glance at a current average MPG number without any systematic approach, which means the data they are seeing is essentially random and tells them nothing actionable. Here is how to actually use this system to get information that improves your ownership decisions. Set Trip A to reset every single time you fill up your gas tank at the pump. From that point forward, Trip A gives you a precise fuel economy reading for each individual tank of fuel. You can see how your highway-heavy commute week compared to your city-heavy week, how a fresh oil change affects your miles per gallon, whether a specific gas station's fuel runs measurably better or worse in your engine than your usual brand. This is real, actionable data that most owners never have. Set Trip B to reset once a month and leave it running for the entire month. This becomes your long-term monthly average, a baseline you can compare month over month. If you do a maintenance service and your Trip B average climbs the following month, you have real data showing that service improved your engine's efficiency. If it drops, you know something changed and you can investigate. Most Honda owners go through their entire ownership without ever using their trip computer with any intentionality. It is a powerful data tool sitting in your dashboard being ignored. Start using it this week. Feature number 8. The Honda MyGarage or Honda Connect app, depending on your model year, is one of the most useful free tools Honda makes available to owners, and a large portion of Honda owners have never set it up. The app connects directly to your VIN and gives you several genuinely valuable capabilities. First, real-time maintenance tracking. The app mirrors your maintenance minder and service history, so you have a clear record of what has been done and when, accessible on your phone at all times. This is particularly useful if you use multiple shops or if you ever buy or sell a Honda, because a documented digital service history is a legitimate value add. Second, a manual service history log where you can record any work done, even at shops that do not connect to the Honda system. Third, and this is the most important capability, instant recall notifications. When Honda issues a new recall for your specific VIN, the app notifies you directly on your phone. You do not wait for a letter in the mail that may or may not arrive. You do not have to remember to check recalls.honda.com every few months. The notification comes to you automatically, telling you exactly what the recall is and what to do about it. Setting up the app takes about 5 minutes. Download Honda MyGarage from the App Store or Google Play, create an account, enter your VIN, confirm your vehicle. That is it. Every Honda owner should have this app set up before they finish listening to this outro. 8 features that were already in your Honda, already paid for, just waiting to be used. If you found even one feature in this video you did not know existed, and I would guess most of you found at least 3 or 4. Share this video with a Honda owner you know. Your friend with the Civic, your co-worker with the CR-V, your parent who just got an Accord. They are all missing these same features. Subscribe to HondaRealm and hit that bell. Every single week, we release a new video that gives Honda owners the real information they need to get the most out of their car. Next week, we are going through the 10 maintenance mistakes that Honda owners make most often. The ones that lead directly to repair bills in the thousands of dollars. And what you can do right now to make sure none of them happen to you. See you then.